diagnosed with a narcissistic.
You mean clinically diagnosed with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But and when I did get diagnosed with it, because I have no problem with it, it's a spectrum. You know what I mean? And I think even it starts off with like confidence, overconfident, arrogance, and then that's when you step into the space of narcissism. And in that, there's markers. And when someone has like extreme narcissistic behavior disorder, it has things like the lack of empathy, rage, all of those things. I don't have those. Like
I was just going to ask you, how many of those symptoms do you identify with?
Yeah. Like I identify with all of them except for those two.
Except for the rage and the...
Yeah, I have no rage, and I have, I'm very empathetic.
When the song come on, let me see you get gone. Baby mamas, this your song. Been pregnant for way too long. Now tell the DJ turn it on. Turn it on.
Baby daddy and baby mama culture in Black America. What happens when marriage takes a backseat and raising kids outside of stable two-parent homes becomes the norm? Today, we're talking about the baby daddy and baby mama culture in Black America, why it exists, what it means for the community, and where it could take us in the future. So let's start with the numbers. In the 1960s, about 25% of Black children were born outside of marriage. Today, it's nearly 70%. Compare that to 28% for white children and 50% for Hispanic children. This isn't about culture, it's about history, economics, and social shifts.
Marriage messed that man up, and now he's overcompensating for something he couldn't compensate for. That's just what it is, He may get angry at that. It wouldn't be the first time Nick got mad at me about a comment. But, I don't know. And not to say that he's just making kids for the fun of it. But,
Seems like he's making kids for the fun.
That's what it seems like. But I know he loves all of his children dearly, But, yeah, I'm just like, God damn, you're purposely doing this.
Yeah.
Purposely doing this. So.
You blame him or the lady that's allowing him to know he's purposely doing this?
Well, I would honestly say it would have to be on the woman, right? Yeah. Because it's your body. He ain't the one having the kids. Men,
and you know it.
Yeah, men can't have kids.
Right.
I'm going to say it for the people in the back. Men can't have kids. Right. So, it's the women.
Maybe the first
you make that decision.
Maybe the first two they didn't know.
Yeah.
But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Come on now. And then the one that's brewing right now, probably, if it is one. I don't know. But we never know. Because ever since they said Elon Musk got
13.
Now Meek Mill and Nick and all of them, they like, oh no, we can't. We must.
But Elon Musk is worth 430 billion.
That's what I keep trying to tell these.
There's a difference.
Because one thing niggas gonna do is nig. And I keep telling y'all can't nig with him.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can't do that.
I mean.
Yeah. And Meek Mill to say, yo, I can't let Elon Musk have more baby mothers than me. Sorry, you're looking at it wrong. Elon Musk made, $177 billion in the last 30 days?
Yeah.
What your mindset should be, so I can't let this man, this man is rich. I need to get on that. But your mind is so in the bottom.
You thinking about babies.
What are you talking about?
This man thinking about dollars.
Exactly. Come on now.
So why the change? After the civil rights era, manufacturing jobs that employed many Black men disappeared. Mass incarceration skyrocketed in the 1980s and 90s. Welfare systems sometimes penalized women for marrying men with low incomes. All of these weakened marriage as a stable institution in Black communities. So why isn't marriage the priority? Why do children come before marriage in many cases? Firstly, there's the perception of marriage. In many Black communities, marriage is viewed as a bigger commitment than raising children. Having a child proves love or creates a bond, while marriage feels like an official contract that can fail. Some people see children as unconditional, while spouses can leave. Secondly, there's economic instability. Black men earn less on average than white men. If a man can't provide financially, marriage is delayed or rejected. But children are still born because intimacy does not stop. Cultural narratives, the baby mama and the baby daddy terms have become normalized, even glamorized in music and social media. This normalization reduces stigma compared to other groups. Lastly, there's systemic issues. Policies in the past punished marriage in poor households by reducing welfare benefits. That created generational patterns of single parenthood. Blended families are another layer. Many children end up being raised by stepfathers, boyfriends, or even a rotating group of partners. Studies show that in blended families, children are at a higher risk of abuse, neglect, compared to children with biological parents. Loyalty conflicts arise. Children may resent blended families and struggle to respect their authority. On the flip side, there are successful blended families, stepfathers who step up and provide stability when biological fathers cannot. But the inconsistency creates instability for many boys and girls. Long-term implications. So what happens long-term when most boys are raised in single mother households? Educational outcomes. Boys raised without fathers are more likely to struggle in school and less likely to graduate. Black boys are already overrepresented in suspensions and underrepresented in gifted programs. In terms of economic impact, growing up without fathers correlates with lower income in adulthood. The cycle of poverty repeats across generations. Then in terms of criminal justice, studies show that boys without fathers are more likely to be incarcerated. This doesn't mean every boy from every single mother is doomed, but the risk is statistically higher. Then there are issues with masculinity and identity. Without positive male role models, some boys seek identity in their peers, in gangs, or toxic versions of masculinity, while others overcompensate by rejecting responsibility and repeating the baby daddy cycle.
I'm tired, y'all. It's like having 2 kids is one thing. Having 3 is like having 10. The babies is where they at. I need a break. Shy is with her dad. Hendrix is with my mom. It's so hard to manage a business and make sure I'm overseeing that Instagram. Someone says stop having them if you're tired. Good one. Shut up. People be tired without kids. What are you talking about?
Stereotypes versus realities. Let's be clear, not all single mothers fail, but not all baby daddies are absent. There are countless examples of Black women raising highly successful children alone. There are also examples of fathers who co-parent effectively outside of marriage. But stereotypes exist for a reason. The absent father who only shows up on Instagram posts. The baby mama drama with multiple partners fighting over support. The glorification of having children with multiple women as a sign of manhood. These stereotypes fuel negative perceptions of Black families, even when many parents are doing their very best. So what does the future hold? In the worst case scenario, the baby daddy, baby mama culture continues unchecked. More boys grow up without stable father figures. Poverty deepens, incarceration rates remain high, and marriage becomes virtually extinct in some communities. while step-parent instability leads to higher rates of trauma. And in the best-case scenario, the community redefines family, valuing stability, whether inside or outside of marriage. Men take responsibility even if they aren't married. And access to jobs and healthcare and education improves, reducing poverty-driven instability. And then there's the cultural shifts that make marriage, or at least long-term commitments, fashionable again. In conclusion, the baby daddy, baby mama culture is not just about personal choices. It's about history, economics, and identity. But choices do matter. The future of black men and black boys depends on whether the community embraces responsibility, stability, and long-term vision. Marriage may not solve everything, but raising children in stable, loving two-parent homes by marriage or strong co-parenting remains one of the biggest predictors of success. The question is, which path will Black America take? If you found this video informative, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to keep this conversation going. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think the future of black families looks like? Thank you for giving me your precious time and attention. Before I forget, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.